As we were crossing the street, a car out of nowhere hit me, going 40 miles an hour. It was bad. She told the police after she got out of her car that she was looking at her phone and didn't see me till I hit her windshield. I had a broken pelvis in 4 places and shattered my tibia. It was a long recovery. So, I was in a rehab center learning how to walk. I really wanted her to apologize to me. She did tell me that she thinks about it a lot. I read a statistic that said 9 out of 10 people that get hit by a car going 40 miles an hour die. So I felt like as the 10% of the survivors that I wanted to do something. And here I am advocating for how dangerous it is to drive distracted. I created a magnet that says stash it, and it has a phone with a line through it. The girl that hit me was 18 years old, but I don't think it's just a teenage problem. It's really an everybody problem. If parents start modeling good behavior and stop using their phone, the 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds, by the time they start driving, then the message will be better. Luckily my family didn't have to bury me, but it's still trauma, and it still changed my life.
Never assume a pedestrian will wait for your vehicle to drive by before entering a crosswalk. Stop and let them pass. Never assume a pedestrian can see your vehicle. They may be distracted in some way and not aware that you're approaching.
Pedestrians and bicyclists may be distracted in a variety of ways, walking or standing with their back to the traffic, looking in a different direction, listening to music with headphones or earphones, hurrying to get out of the inclement weather, talking or texting on a cell phone, wearing a hoodie that could affect their peripheral vision and their ability to see you.
Be especially alert when children are walking on sidewalks or playing near the road. Always practice extreme caution in residential areas or near schools. Always prepare for the unexpected with children. Bicyclists are just as vulnerable, if not more so, than pedestrians in a collision with a vehicle. In addition, cyclists can move faster and turn quicker than pedestrians. Inexperienced cyclists can also lose control of a bike and fall unexpectedly. You'll need to be doubly alert for people on bicycles for several other reasons.
A bicyclist wearing headphones or earbuds may not be able to hear your vehicle and may not realize you're close to them. Many bicyclists don't observe traffic control devices such as stop signs or red lights. Be very careful in those situations. Be alert. Bicyclists may ride into the street unexpectedly mid-block or from other unexpected places or from a different direction than traffic is supposed to be going. Children riding bicycles can be very unpredictable. Give them special attention and plenty of room. Be especially careful of bicyclists riding between your vehicle and the curb. If a cyclist is riding between your vehicle and a row of parked cars, watch for a motorist who may pull out into traffic in front of them, or for a driver or passenger opening a car door into the path of a cyclist. This may cause the cyclist to turn into your path or fall toward or under your vehicle.
Always maintain a 4-foot separation between the right side of your vehicle, including all mirrors or other objects, and the left side of a bicyclist. If you can't safely provide 4 feet of space for the bicyclist when attempting to pass them, slow down and follow them. Wait to pass them only when it's safe to do so. Here are additional safety tips. Assume bicyclists may suddenly turn in front of you. When you're passing a bicyclist, always try to gain eye contact. Start with a friendly tap of your horn. Assume bicyclists may not see or hear you, so drive with caution to avoid a collision. When you pass a bicyclist, be aware that you'll lose sight of them at some point. As we learned, intersections are one of the most dangerous areas we encounter as a professional operator. You must be attentive for other vehicles, but also be watchful for pedestrians and bicyclists at intersections as well.
When you're approaching the intersection, scan ahead to check for pedestrians or bicyclists. Before making a turn, always rock and roll to see behind your blind spots. It could save a life. Always look left, right, left. Always cover your brake when you're near pedestrians and bicyclists at turns and intersections. Be prepared to stop. Pay special attention to pedestrians and bicyclists near curbs and sidewalks who might try to cross the street at the last second. Scan your mirrors while turning at 3 to 5 miles per hour. Check for bicyclists or pedestrians who may be behind you and between your vehicle and the curb. Watch your mirrors to make sure your tail swing doesn't endanger bicyclists in the street or pedestrians near the curb. When in doubt, always yield the right-of-way to pedestrians and bicyclists. Give pedestrians and bicyclists extra space on the roadway. Don't expect them to do the safe, correct thing. Always be ready for the unexpected.
Lives are literally at stake every time you encounter pedestrians or bicyclists. They are difficult to see, unpredictable in their actions, and most will be seriously injured or killed in a crash with a transit vehicle. The most common causes for crashes like these are driver inattention, failure to see and yield the right-of-way, and failure to control speed. As a professional operator, you must drive defensively whenever you're near pedestrians or bicyclists. Keep the safety of everyone in mind, whether they're on foot, riding a bike, or driving a vehicle. They are someone's loved one and part of our community, and it's your responsibility as the professional to make sure we don't cause them any harm. The decision to evacuate a bus must never be taken lightly. In most emergency situations, it's normally safer for customers to remain on board. You should not evacuate the vehicle unless it's absolutely necessary. However, there are situations where you need to evacuate the bus immediately to protect your customers from harm. If there is an immediate risk, don't hesitate, evacuate. Here are some examples of when you should evacuate your vehicle.
Your vehicle is on fire or there is a serious risk of a fire as well as smoke. Being stalled or stuck in an unsafe location. For example, within 14 feet or less of a railroad track or in a location where your vehicle is likely to be hit by a large, fast-moving vehicle like a train or a semi-truck. Your vehicle is in a dangerous position on the road where it could tip over or get hit by another vehicle. Fuel or toxic fumes are leaking into your vehicle. You see leaking fuel coming from or underneath your vehicle. Your vehicle is in the water, such as a lake or river, or is in danger of going into the water. One or more of your customers is threatening you or other customers. You suspect that a bomb or other weapon of mass destruction is on the vehicle, as well as any other condition that would make it safer for your customers to evacuate the vehicle immediately.
Remember the 7 emergency management response steps and follow these procedures when evacuating your vehicle.
Pull the vehicle over at the first available and safest location. Apply the parking brake and shut off the engine. Do not operate any of the electrical switches on the side panel or dash. Assess the condition of escape routes and identify possible safety zones outside your vehicle. Evacuate your vehicle and stay at least 100 feet away from the bus upwind of the vehicle.
Calmly and clearly give your customers your evacuation instructions that include the following:
The order in which they are to evacuate, which exits are to be used,
stress that customers must assemble in a safe location well away from the vehicle and clear of traffic hazards. Advise them to leave their belongings behind to move more quickly. If possible, take a quick head count of your customers. Give any special instructions based on the situation, such as asking others to help a disabled customer, asking someone to call 911 if you're unable to get in touch with dispatch, or if you need immediate assistance.
Don't hesitate. Evacuate as quickly as possible. Speed is of the essence, especially if there is the threat of fire or vehicle flooding. Assess the condition of your customers to be evacuated and what assistance they will need. Ask for help from willing and capable customers when evacuating injured or disabled customers. Evacuate all ambulatory passengers first, except those who have agreed to help you evacuate non-ambulatory customers.
When all your customers have evacuated and are accounted for, keep everyone in a safe location, at least 100 feet away from the vehicle, and wait for emergency responders. In the process of evacuation, don't forget the 7 steps for emergency response.
First and foremost, remain calm and professional to reassure your customers. Assess the situation. Protect people, then property. Get help or call dispatch. Reassure and assist your customers so they will stay calm and follow your directions. Secure the scene and gather information for appropriate incident reporting.
We hope you're never involved in a situation where an emergency evacuation is necessary. If you are, securing the scene and helping customers exit your vehicle should be your highest priority. As we continue our discussion about emergency procedures, we're going to discuss some very serious subjects. In this lesson, we'll cover how to manage threats of violence, hijacking, workplace violence, a shooting, and human trafficking. As a professional operator, you're more vulnerable than most people of encountering violence on your vehicle, such as verbal abuse, physical assault between customers, and sexual harassment, due to the fact that you interact with the public on a daily basis. Here are a few important things to remember in these situations. First, pay close attention to customers who appear to be under the influence of drugs, are angry, or respond angrily when greeted. Do not provoke them, or they could react to you or another customer in a violent way. When dealing with threats of violence, remember the following steps.
Stop the bus. Ask the person to stop the violence. Encourage the person to escape by opening the doors. Call dispatch, requesting the appropriate assistance, such as police or medical help. Have the person removed from the bus even if they have stopped their violent behavior. If the person stops their violent behavior, continue on your route, but be sure the police meet you and remove the person from the bus.
Do everything you can to prevent a hijacking situation. Don't leave your vehicle unattended and make sure the vehicle is secured. If you find yourself in a potential hijacking situation, hit the panic button if equipped, or send an emergency alert to dispatch to inform them of the danger. Follow the 7 emergency management steps and try to remain calm and protect people. Here's what you should do.
Accept your situation and remain calm. Do not upset abductors. Do not try to be a hero. Follow the captor's instructions. Do not speak unless spoken to. Observe everything carefully. Do not turn your back on your captors. Avoid physical resistance. You have little chance of success in resisting. If permitted to speak on the telephone for any reason, follow the abductor's instructions. Be patient and remember, time is in your favor.
It's critical that you learn to recognize signs of a troubled coworker, a disgruntled employee, or a victim of domestic abuse. Indicators of potentially violent behavior may include one or more of the following.
Sudden and persistent complaining about being treated unfairly. Blaming of others for personal problems. Sudden change in behavior, deterioration in job performance. Increased use of alcohol and/or illegal drugs. Unexplained increase in absenteeism and/or vague physical complaints. Depression, withdrawal. Increased severe mood swings and noticeably unstable or emotional responses. Increasingly talks of problems at home. Increase in unsolicited comments about violence, firearms, and other dangerous weapons and violent crimes. Inability to control feelings, outbursts of rage, swearing, slamming doors, etc.
If workplace violence does occur, stay calm and notify authorities as soon as possible. Avoid any aggressive response that may provoke the attacker, such as yelling or arguing. If you can do so safely and without aggravating the situation, evacuate the area. If a crime was committed and it's safe, secure the scene for law enforcement. If you notice off behavior or think the safety of your coworkers could be at risk, immediately report it to your supervisor, manager, or human resources representative. If you confront an active shooter, follow the 7 basic emergency management steps. Remain calm and professional. Assess the situation. Protect people, then property. Get help or call dispatch. Reassure and assist your customers. If possible, secure the scene. And gather information for appropriate incident reporting. Quickly determine the most reasonable way to protect life. Customers are likely to follow your lead during an active shooter situation. Call 911 only when it's safe to do so. If you believe your vehicle is being shot at or rocks are being thrown at your vehicle, do not stop and take these actions. Keep driving out of range of danger. Follow the 7 basic emergency management steps. Have your customers get down below window level. Call 911 immediately as well as dispatch. When it's safe, stop your vehicle and check for injuries. Learning to properly respond to violence on and off your vehicle is critical to keeping your customers, coworkers, and yourself safe and alive. Always be aware and know what to do before trouble strikes. Human trafficking is a modern form of slavery with nearly 25 million victims worldwide, including in North America. Traffickers use all modes of transportation to conduct their activities and often use public transit because of its low cost, greater anonymity in buying fare cards, and less direct interaction with government or transit officials. The transit industry can have a huge impact at reducing human trafficking and is committed to doing just that. As a professional operator, you too can make a difference when it comes to stopping human trafficking on your vehicle. The best thing you can do is, if you see something, say something to dispatch or the police. Here are some common indicators that a person is a victim of human trafficking.
They cannot leave their work environment or cannot quit to find another job. They show signs of physical abuse or injury, are accompanied everywhere by someone who speaks for them or allows others to speak for them when addressed directly, appear to be fearful of or under the control of another person, are threatened or afraid of being handed over to the authorities, are unfamiliar with their surroundings and do not know who they can trust,